welcome and thank you for joining us. Hi, I'm Alatiche Victoria, and here with me is my interpreter, Gideon Israel. This is the Inclusive News Network. We'll be bringing you the latest news on the major stories of persons with disabilities, necessary information and happenings around the nation and across the world at large. Now for the headlines. Persons with disabilities accuse Lagos State Governor for neglect. CSF signs grant agreement with UNDP to enhance disability inclusion in electoral processes. Project Disability Inclusion, CEDARSEED launches training manuals for voters' education. PWDs protest in Osun State demand domestication of disability bill. Osun NAWOJ decries high rate of violence against vulnerable groups. Please kindly stay tuned. We'll be back in a GQ to give you the major stories. Welcome back. The Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities, Lagos State Chapter, has accused the state governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of neglect. The association also said the Sanwo-Olu-led administration had failed to pay attention to the welfare and issues affecting its members in the state. The chairman of the association, Dr. Adebukola Adebayo, who disclosed this on Thursday during a press meeting organized by the JONAPID in collaboration with Bo News Service, said the current administration in the state had no policy direction for persons with disabilities. Reading out the association chapter of demands, he said there is Disability Trust Fund in the state. The last administration under the former governor Akinwumi Ambode from 2016 to 2019 released 500 million naira annually to support persons with disabilities. At the local level, local government offices should be opened. Recall its local government disability support and resource center so that people can go there and they can be documented by their various local governments. We are demanding that the government, whether the current government or the incoming ones, to set up these disability offices at the local government level. He also appealed to the state government to pay more attention to the 49 inclusive schools in the state and equip them with teachers and other learning aids that will help the children to learn. CEDARSEED Foundation has reached an agreement with United Nations Development Programme (UNDP) to enhance disability inclusion in electoral processes and implement Clause 64 of the Electoral Act for the 2023 general election. The agreement, which was signed on 28th of October 2022 at UN Building in Abuja, in the same project Disability Inclusion, seeks to fulfill one of CEDARSEED Foundation's thematic areas. Shedrack Danladi, project officer, speaking to Inclusive News Network, said this project will enhance the participation and inclusion of persons with disabilities in the electoral process in the 2023 elections and beyond. He said, with the grant, the organization will engage stakeholders through advocacy to intimate them about the project and engage stakeholders in a forum to ensure the implementation of Clause 54 of the Electoral Act of 2022. The grant will facilitate the foundation in enlightening 20,000 citizens in Abuja and Kaduna states, mostly persons with disabilities, of voters' education, to aid them to make informed decisions when voting in the coming elections. The two-day stakeholder forum to launch a training manual on voters' education and engage stakeholders to ensure full implementation of Clause 54 of the Electoral Act. The project, launched on 8th of November 2022 in Abuja, brought together stakeholders of people with disabilities from different organizations of persons with disabilities (OPDs), INEC, NCPWD, and other relevant bodies to discuss disability inclusion. Program Director Mrs. Rose Daniels explained that the project was implemented to curb the challenges of persons with disabilities face during elections. It is intended to encourage and promote disability inclusion in the electoral process. She urged all stakeholders to advocate for an inclusive electoral process in the upcoming election and beyond. The Nigerian Association of Women Journalists (NAWOJ) has revealed that there is high rate of violence against women, children, and other disabilities in the country. Motorayo Ayebayo, Osun State NAWOJ chairperson, disclosed this during a one-day legislative stewardship and good governance discourse held in Osogbo on Tuesday. The discourse was themed Appraisal of Women, Children and Persons with Disabilities Friendly Related Bills or Law in Osun State. She added that there is no domestication of implementation of bills and laws protecting the vulnerable people from these abuses in the state of Osun. She added that it is crucial to ensure that laws and acts are put into effect in order to eliminate all difficulties faced by designated targets. Joint National Association of Persons with Disabilities (JONAPID) on Wednesday staged a peaceful protest at the Osun State Governor's office, demanding immediate domestication of the disability bill. The protesters carried placards with different inscriptions such as "Show commitment to disability rights," "We are not second citizens in our country," "We have equal rights," "Nothing about us without us," "Disability inclusion is essential to good governance." We asked Osun State government to domesticate National Disability Act, among others. He explained that the protest was not to attack the government, but to appeal for the domestication of the bill so that unemployment, education, social attention, and social discrimination will be aborted. The head of service, Dr. Festus Oyebade, said the government of Oyetola is concerned with the affairs of PWDs, assuring that the bills will be domesticated very soon. Thank you for staying with us. Please kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe on our social media handles on your screen. Until next week. Bye.